open-ended storylines.
Oh, I love this. Okay, this is something I discovered, I don't even know, maybe a year in is when I really started to think about this. So having storylines where I always thought that if I was posting the video, like I needed to start and end the storyline in the same video. And then that needed to be posted so people could get the entire story all in one video. And having a format like the vlog, it allows me to experiment with storylines and start something and sort of experiment with that storyline across multiple videos, sometimes weeks, months, you know? So like, for example, recently I've been trying a bunch of different like protein bars. And every time in a new video, I'm like trying a different one, trying a different brand. And that's sort of leading to an eventual into that storyline where I open the storyline in one video and then close it 3 weeks later. I made like a top 5 list from all these videos that I was continuously mentioning that across many, many videos. So it was like opening that storyline and not closing it all in the same video as well. And when you do that, you can start to actually stack those storylines on top of each other. So it was like, I was like looking at one of my vlogs the other day. I think it was vlog 645. And I watched like the first 20 seconds of it because I was trying to get a good example of this. And in the first 20 seconds, I started and opened 5 different storylines in the first 20 seconds that didn't have a close to them anywhere in the video. But you wouldn't have known, unless you had seen my other videos, you would have no idea what I'm talking about with those 5 different storylines. But because it sort of gives you more of a world to build out because I'm referencing back to older videos and older storylines, and it's sort of bringing in that first 20 seconds. I hope then you feel like, boom, you're back in this world. You're like comfortable again with the protein bar. I'm back at the fancy gym. We have the Bev. Like all of these things sort of make you feel like you're a part of this story, and it's continuous. It's not something that's going to start and end today. It's something that's going to continue, and I want to be a part of it in the future. So I think that's like really important when you're building a community. You want to sort of open these storylines for them and maybe not close them immediately.
I also think that lends to making specific series within your content, like on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. For example, like we were doing Tip Tuesday, right? Or like Peter McKinnon was doing 2-Minute Tuesday, where every Tuesday he would put out a video, and the whole running joke is that like none of the videos were actually 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
But you know that you could rely on Peter to put out a 2-Minute Tuesday every Tuesday, and you really looked forward to that. And that's kind of a form of like an open-ended story.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Because that format can expand and it can become different. And like another thing that happens when you start to do this is you get banter back and forth with the audience. So like I introduce like, boom, I'm going to try all these different protein bars. And a few days later, people start commenting like, you got to try this brand. You got to try this brand. So then I go pick up that brand that I wouldn't have picked up that brand if I had just done, okay, I'm going to do my protein bar video and it's just going to be the ones that I picked. It may not have opened me up to those brands that the people in the comments were talking about.
How tuned in would you say you are with your comments and like what your viewers want to see? Like, are you taking suggestions as far as like what to incorporate into your vlogs?
All the time. I'm like so tuned in to anyone who's actually commenting on my videos. I feel like we are friends. Like as soon as if we were to ever meet in real life, like we would be homies immediately. Like I know these people's usernames. I ask them where they're from. Like I know Lukey Fields, for example, he's been like studying abroad all summer and he just got back. He's like back in school again. He's like doing this side hustle to be an accountant right now. Like he's one of the people who's like always been watching my videos. So I feel like I'm really paying attention to like what those people really want to see.
That's so interesting because I feel like Casey, for example, this gal comments on like all of our stuff. She's a homie. And even when there's like no comments, Casey is there, dude, and she's a homie, and it's so awesome to just like when you get that one comment, you're like, oh yes, you're awesome, like thank you. You have no idea what that does for the creators who are just even starting. Like
absolutely,
when you get your first one or like 3, you're like, yes, dude. I'll never understand why people don't comment back to that.
I don't get that either. I love commenting back.
It's fun. I like set aside time to do it because I enjoy, and maybe I'll meet a new friend. You never know.
Exactly.
You know, I gave Kostas a chance just like that. Commented on my photo.
Now they live together.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Happens just like
I
that.
was like, oh dude, this weird guy's commenting on my shit. Here we go.
You're lucky somebody verified slid in your DMs, bro.